Alrighty, so working on a tapestry project because I haven't done that in a while with some yarn that I bought from the Creative Knitter, my favorite local yarn shop. This is the bag I got because I paid a lot of money for some yarn today. And here's the thing, I wasn't even gonna go buy yarn. I'll put it there for a second. Funny story is I wasn't even gonna go buy yarn today. I was going for a little drive and I was kind of in the area, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait until I'm ready to do the project. The road I was gonna go down was closed off. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a detour. That detour led to the road that drives right past the store. And I'm like, no, I still don't need to go in there. And then there was a big transport truck on the one side of the road. So I had to get into the turning lane. I'm like, well, I'm already in the turning lane. I might as well just turn into the yarn store. And that is what I did. And I bought some yarn. Usually for my projects, I use the Impeccable yarn from Michaels, but I'm really trying to do something different this year. Branch out, find some new yarns, find some new colors. This project is gonna be a cute little spring bag. I've done like this bag, I've done a Halloween bag, I've done some bags, but I would like to do some more bags because I think they're so gosh darn cute, and that is where this yarn comes in. So the theme of this bag is 1960s, 1970s spring. It's gonna be this color here is gonna be the main color. This one here is by Cascade Yarn. It is, what is the 100% Peruvian Highland wool. I love my acrylic yarn, don't get me wrong. I do want to just branch out a little bit and see what else there is. I clearly I like acrylic yarn, but again, trying to branch out this year. This color, is there a color? It just says color number is 1052. This is the main color of the bag. It's going to be this green, and then I'm going to put cute flowers all over it, tapestry project style. So the first color is this pink. It's kind of coming off as orange. I really hope it comes off as pink. It is also the Cascade yarn, and this color number is 7804. Other color I did pick out is this one here. This one is actually orange, and this is Baracco Vintage. That's the label there. It is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. The color for this is 51130. I don't know why I'm telling you these colors, but just in case you want to know the colors and you know where to buy this yarn, you know where it is. And the last color I bought is this one, and this one is Estelle Worsted. I've used this yarn before and I really like this yarn. This is a yellow. It's kind of a mix between like a sunny yellow and like a mustard yellow. Don't fall out on me, I'm not ready to do that yet. It is 50% acrylic, 40% wool, 10% nylon. So there's a lot of wool going on. Doesn't give me the color, but the color number is Q61215. So these are the colors together. Again, this one here is pink. This is the background color. And then using these colors here, I'm going to make cute little, I think, 5 petal flowers. They'll just be like a mixture of colors. I also kind of want to do something different with the handles. Like the bag like this, I just use this type of strap. Kind of thinking I want to crochet some handles. Maybe we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, these are the colors. I'm really excited to start working on this project, even though I have another project that I'm currently working on. So this one's gonna have to wait. I know I should wait until I actually start the project to buy the yarn, but here's the thing is that I knew that I wanted to buy yarn from this store, and I wanted to make sure they actually had the yarn and the colors that I was looking for, because I didn't want to be like waiting a month and be like, okay, I'll do it, and then I go to buy the yarn and they have none of the colors I want. Right? Also, I like to film my intros a few weeks in advance, so that way when I am ready to start crocheting and ready to start working on a project, I can just start working on it and I don't have to worry about introducing the colors and what I'm doing because I've already done it. That's why you see me wearing this vest, because I just finished filming this video. So let me first finish another project and then I'll get right into making this bag. Also, this pattern will be on my Patreon if y'all are interested in making it for yourself. I'm gonna do it right this time. In my last video when I was using the Yarn Swift, I did not film in the right setting. I'm filming in the right setting now because I see the audio levels, so that should be a good indicator that I'm filming on the right setting. Anyways, I'm gonna wind up this yarn now. So this is just a Yarn Swift. I had done this whole song and dance in the last video, but none of the audio was recorded. Here I am again doing it again. This is a Yarn Swift. I think I paid under $40 and I got it at Michael's. What I do is this is a sewing table. Here's my sewing machine. Underneath here is another sewing machine. And this is like you're supposed to put it over when you're done with the sewing machine, but I just leave it open all the time. And then this is what you can screw onto your table. I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna put this like that. And then you can pull that so it's nice and taut. And then you move this little guy up, just like that. And then you just tighten it. There's the yarn swift. So I'm just going to cut that. And now I'm going to start balling it up. Now here's the thing. In the last video I used a yarn winder. It gave me troubles. So I decided not to do it this time. Also, I only have to wind up 4 colors, so it's not as bad. I'm starting the new project. I'm so excited to start something different. So the last project I did was the top-down raglan. I want to say it with a D and there's no D in it. Sweater. That was a fun project. It was boring because I had to keep doing the exact same thing over and over again. It did turn out really nice and I really do like it and I do want to make more, but now I get to go back to my tapestry projects, which I am so excited for. As you saw, I balled up the yarn because the yarn winder gave me issues last time and I was not gonna live through that. And I did get some good suggestions in my comments about the tension and all that stuff. Maybe next time. I just played it safe this time. What I did is, because these don't have the color on it, I just wrote on the inside what color it is and I wrote it in my book. And now I'm just gonna keep these. I have a little pouch back here where I put, you know, the yarn I'm using and stuff. So I remember, just in case I run out. I shouldn't, because this is going to be a smaller bag. So I don't think I'm going to run out of yarn. If I run out of any yarn, it might be this green, but it looked like they had a lot there. This is the green one. I wrote down green and I have the little color and lock die. So if I do need to buy more, I know which one it is. Okay, so it has come to my attention that I might have made this bag a little bit too big. Just a little bit. I think the problem is I was using the same dimensions as the ghost Halloween bag that I made, but I forgot I used a really thin yarn. Yeah. What I'm doing for this one is I'm just doing a long one and then I'm going to fold it over. I don't have to sew this side. That's a pretty big bag. I think I only wanted it like this much, but I'm doing something different. I always make the bags the exact same size, so this should be interesting. Also, the flowers, they're going to be ginormous. I thought the flowers were going to be like this big. That's like the top petals. Supposed to be another petal here. Like that's half. The flowers are going to be like this big. It wasn't really where I was going to go with this project, but it's where I'm going now. As you see, I have not really gotten that far in the project and I was so confused. I was so confused. I thought I had messed up on that one and I'm like, okay, that's the first one. It's fine. I'll move on to this one. I'm like, no, math isn't mathing, because if you look at that, I drew this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought there was only 4. For some reason, I thought I only had 4. And so I put 4 here and 4 here and it didn't add up. And then I put 4 here and I'm like, well, that space should be over 1. I'm like, what is going on? It's 5. Okay, I solved that. I was like looking at this for like 10 minutes and like kind of getting mad at myself. I'm like, how did I do this? What is going on? I don't understand. It's just me. This is about 2 days of crocheting, much bigger than I wanted. And I know this isn't one panel. This is 2 panels put together, but I was kind of hoping the bag would be like maybe that wide, not all of this. So far it's looking pretty good. I did yesterday have to change the bottom petals of the flower. Thank goodness I didn't do it here, because if I didn't do it here, I wouldn't have been able to do it here. What I did is I changed it a little bit of like for my diagram, because I feel like they were just a little too wide. So I figured that out, got that done. I'm really hoping to get the other half of the flower done today. I've just had a really busy week, so I haven't really been able to crochet as much as I would like to. I'm hoping tomorrow I have nothing to do and then I can just crochet like all day and hopefully get it done. But it's not looking too bad right now. I really like the colors. It's exactly how I envisioned. I just hope that the top of the flowers look good with the bottom of the flowers, because right now I have the tops here and the bottoms here. We will see. Also, I have been really good this time with my yarn. Every time I have to flip over the project, I make sure I take all the balls of yarn that belong on the one side and move it over, and then move the other ones over here. And then that way it's easier for me and they're not all getting caught. It's good. Look who came over to bother me while I'm crocheting. I just started crocheting, Totoro. I just started to crochet. And now you're sitting? You're such a good baby cat. Is it a crocheting video unless Totoro shows up to stop me crocheting? Yeah, she's a little sweetheart. I just realized that happens. That would have happened yesterday because I started around here today. So that happened yesterday. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it and then weave it through and then just tie a knot on the back. But I'll do that later. I can't believe I did that. Everything else looks fine. It's just that. We're just going to pretend I didn't see that right now, and I'll deal with it later. For this project, I'm actually using a new crochet hook. I think I got this about a month ago, but I haven't used it yet just because I was working on another project already with a different hook. And so I didn't want to swap out hooks, but this is my new fancy crochet hook. Look how pretty that is. This is me in a crochet hook basically. And I got it from BWA Woodturning. They do so much stuff. I will link their website in the description. So cool about this one is that I can change the head of it. They come with a bunch of different sizes. The bag isn't that interesting, so I'm like, what else can I show you in this video to keep you entertained? The biggest hook size is a 7. So there's a 7, a 6mm, a 5.5mm, a 5mm, 4.5, 4, 3.5, 3. So 3 is the smallest hook size and 7 is the biggest hook size. I love that because sometimes if I want to switch hooks while I'm working on projects or whatever, I don't have to get up and find it. It's here, right? So this is the base of it like this. This here is what locks it in. So when you have to press that down, it locks it in, but to make sure it stays in place and doesn't wobble, that's what this is for. So what I do is I just put that on here, put that in there, tighten it, push that down so it's locked, and then tighten it and it's not going to move. That is the hook that I've been using. Tapered hooks like this is my absolute favorite. And that's the only thing that I have to disagree with furls hooks is an inline hook. And it's that real sharp edge of a hook. And the problem I have with those hooks, I love them. They work with acrylics great, but if I go with a different fiber, likes to snag onto those fibers and it's just super annoying to crochet with. Whereas the round hook like this, oh my goodness, it crochets so nicely. The only problem I'm having with this hook, and it's not a problem with the hook, it's just the fact that the furls hooks are this much longer, and so the way I was gripping it, I had more room to hold it, but because this is smaller, I just have to figure out how to hold it properly because I'm just so used to my hand sitting on a furls hook, and the furls hooks are longer. Now here's the thing though, this company does make longer hooks, but they call them extra long hooks, and this is the standard hook, so I would preferably have gotten a longer hook, but I didn't know, and this one only came in this, so the hooks also are one of a kind. So they don't really sell doubles of anything. I couldn't get a longer one, although this one, it works perfectly. I just gotta readjust my hand to get into a better motion of using a shorter hook. But other than that, I love this hook. It's so nice to hold. Also, it's heavier. I don't like lightweight crochet hooks. This one weighs just as much as the furls. Maybe has a little bit more weight to it, but not super heavy or anything, but I like a good weighted crochet hook. Anyways, back to the project. Here it is. I got almost to the top of the flowers. Yeah, just gonna continue working on this. I am in a time crunch. It is Wednesday right now. No, it is Thursday. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. I need to get this bag done today or tomorrow. I'm just gonna crochet for the next 4 hours. Get stuff done. Well, I ran out of the green yarn, but luckily I went and I bought another one. Yeah. Now I have to take this to the Yarn Swift and able to make this into a ball of yarn that I can finish this project with. I got this row of flowers done and I really like them. I like how they look. I think they turned out well. I think what I did to the bottom petals worked. Now I'm just keep going, but like this bag is gonna be bigger than I thought. If I would have known that this bag was gonna be as big as it was, I don't think I would have done the bottom ones, and I would have done a row of like big flowers here and another row of flowers here, and then technically I'd be done right now, but I wouldn't have so much to do. I want full pink flowers. Like I want to see a full pink flower. So I'm going to keep going. Because I was kind of thinking maybe I'll stop halfway because like this is half and this is half. But then again, in that logic, I should have just done 2 rows of full flowers. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I do this to myself. I did it. I finished it. Took me a lot longer than I thought. And I honestly didn't think I was going to get it done. So now I have to make the straps for it. I don't really want to, but I have to. My plan, okay, obviously I'm going to fold it in half, but I think I'm going to fold it in half after the straps are attached. Also the half one, I did it like that. I still have to fix that. Don't worry. But this is why I did the half. And because like on this side, there's that half. Look how cute that is. That looks so adorable. I wish I had more yellow though. Why am I even contemplating thinking about redoing this bag? Now, figured out what I want to do for the handles. I kind of want to do them like this and make them kind of like this long and then fold it in half. So like this times 2 and then connect it to this side and then do the same for that. Instead of having one loop that goes around, it's going to be this way. The other problem I'm having is I might also not have enough green yarn. This could be enough for 2, or it might not be enough. And then the other part of me is like, well, I have all these colors left over. What if I did like some type of stripe, you know, where I do a few rows in green and then I do some rows in orange and then some rows in yellow and then some rows in pink and then finish it off in green at the end. I think I might do that because although yes, I probably could go to the store tomorrow and buy another green yarn, I have all this yarn and I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. So I might as well put it in here. Okay, I did it. I made 1 strap. I still have to make another one, but I made 1 strap. And you might notice that this color is longer. That's because when it folds over, it's the same length as the rest of them. And then that way it flips over and it does the same, like it matches on the other side. I think I might start the second one today. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's almost like 10:30. And usually I stop crocheting at 8. This is really late for me. I'm just going to start crocheting the second one now and then probably finish it tomorrow. I finished both the straps. Also, did I just make another vest? Yeah, probably could wear this as a vest, but it's gonna be a bag. What I have to do now is I have to stitch up this, and then attach this handle to here and this handle to here. I think I might do that first. I'm gonna stitch it up now. That's where I am. The bag is done. It took me so long to make this for some reason. I didn't think I was gonna get this done. It is currently Saturday afternoon as I am filming this, and this video has to come out tomorrow. Usually I'm done a crochet project 2-3 days before the actual video comes out. Not this one. This one took a lot out of me. This week's gonna go really great. I'm gonna like get some crocheting done. It'll be easy. Now, I didn't realize how much stuff I had to do this week. This has been the busiest week that I've had in such a long time. I made the bag though. Made the bag. It's cute though, okay? This is really cute. This is the envision I had. The only difference is that I wish that the handles were all green. But I mean, it's a crochet project. If I don't really like the straps, I can take them apart and put green yarn eventually. I mean, like, it works though. Like, I'm glad that the colors work. I mean, it looks cute. This would have been such an adorable vest. Maybe eventually. I have the pattern for it now. But anyways, I decided to do the straps like this rather than the typical one where it starts here and it goes around and it attaches at the same spot. Just because then I can like hold the bag kind of like this. I do like it. I mean, if I want to put it over my shoulder, I should have made the straps a little bit bigger, but it's done. I can still do that. Here's the thing. My original plan was I was going to do like a bigger, thicker strap to like here and then like taper it up and then bring it back down. So it would have been like a flat piece. The problem is I didn't start the straps until last night, probably around 9 p.m. and my mind could not compute and figure out how to do that properly, how to execute it the way that I wanted it to be done. In a future project, I would like to tackle that, but last night was not the time to tackle that. If I would have done it that way, I would have needed, I envisioned it all in the green yarn, and obviously I didn't have enough green to do that. In total, this bag actually took me 17 hours to make. In those 17 hours though, I did have to play around with the pattern itself and figure it out. I am really glad what I did to the bottom of these petals. Before, they were out a little bit more and lower a little bit. They just didn't look right, so I'm really glad I did take that time to figure that out. And you know what? The half ones are really growing on me, because at a point I'm just like, oh goodness, should I have just done like 2 rows of flowers? It would have worked and it would have taken me less time and I would have got it done faster. I think the half row is good, and I don't think a 3rd row, that would have been way too big for the bag. I mean, overall I am very happy with this pattern. I love how they look like flowers. You know, when I make a pattern, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to turn out the way I want it to turn out, but now I have a really nice flower grid pattern. So if I want to make a sweater or a vest or another bag or anything, I now know how to make a flower. The other thing that I am going to mention is that when I made this design, I forgot what grid I was using. This is the grid I used to make this bag. Look at the size difference. Look at how much extra I crocheted. I forgot that this was tinier yarn. I forgot it was thinner yarn. I was kind of thinking I was using this grid pattern to make this grid pattern, and then I think when I was making this one with the googly eye ghosts, oh right, it's thinner yarn, I better like add more crochets and more rows and stuff like that. That was my bad. I wanted to make the bag this size. And I am left with this gigantic bag now. Here's the other thing, is if I would have made the bag this size, the flowers would have had to change. So I would have had to make the flowers a little bit smaller, and who knows if they would have looked proportionate, whereas these flowers look beautiful. I love how these flowers look. It's a lot easier for me just to put the bag on my shoulders like a vest and like display it. I think that these flowers turned out so great. And yes, I know I made a mistake by making it a bit too big, but because I made that mistake, the flowers look great. Yarn wise, because these are smaller skeins of yarn that I'm used to, I used more than I thought. So if I would have went with, you know, the original impeccable, which is like basically everything I usually make, I think I would have been okay with 1 ball of yarn for each. In fact, I would have been more okay that I would have had enough of the green, probably for 1 ball of yarn, to actually finish the straps all in green. But that's okay. I wanted to try something different, and to be honest, this yarn was so nice to crochet with. It was so nice. It was so soft. I loved crocheting with it. In the end, I did end up having to buy 2 skeins of yarn of the green and then the pink, orange, and yellow. I only needed 1, and in fact I have a lot left over, so maybe I'll make something else with it because I loved crocheting with it. And what I like about it is that I think some of it has like some wool in it. It doesn't feel like wool, which is so nice because sometimes wool feels like wool and it's very scratchy. And I loved the colors I picked. I think the colors are just so cute. The only regret is I wish that the handles were green, and some people will be like, no, it looks good colored, but I had an envision, and I had envisioned the handles being green. That way, like, the more focus is on the flowers and less on the straps. We're moving on. It's okay. So yeah, there we have it. The bag is now done. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'm deducting 2 marks. One, again, handles, which they were green, and the other deduction is the amount of stress that this bag put me through the last week of me hustling to get it done for the video. I think I might just use it as a yarn bag. Also, I didn't line it. I should probably note that I didn't line it. I didn't do it because I kind of forgot about it. Didn't really want to. Didn't really want to line this one. I mean, I can line it if I want to in the future, but everything's pretty good. I mean, that's the inside. That's fine. If you're new to my channel, like sewing, thrifting, crafting, and of course crocheting, why not hit the subscribe button? You can follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, and of course my Patreon, where I will have this pattern coming out this week on my Patreon. If you are interested in making this, you can just like take it and make whatever you want. You know, you could make a vest with it. It's a bag, it's a vest. You got options with this pattern. Yeah, so y'all have a good day now.